Please repeat after me. Ya, King Khatvanga who, Devai, by the demigods, Artita, being requested, Daityan, the demons, Avad he killed, Yudi, in a fight, Durjaya, very fierce, Muhurtam, for a second only, Ayu, duration of life, Yatva, knowing, Etya, approach, Swapuram, his own abode, Sandade, fixed, Mana, the mind. I'm running low on battery here. Let's see. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, King Khatvanga was unconquerable in any fight. Requested by the demigods to join them in fighting the demons, he won victory. And the demigods, being very pleased, wanted to give him a benediction. The king inquired from them about the duration of his life and was informed that he had only 1 moment more. Thus, he immediately left his palace and went to his own residence, where he engaged his mind fully on the lotus feet of the Lord. Purport. The example of Maharaja Khatvanga in performing devotional service is brilliant. Maharaja Khatvanga engaged himself for only a moment in devotional service to the Lord, but he was promoted back to Godhead. Therefore, if one practices devotional service from the beginning of his life, surely he will return home back to Godhead without a doubt. Asamsaya. In Bhagavad Gita, the word asamsaya is used to describe the devotee. The Lord himself gives this instruction. Mai ashakta mana parta yogam yunjang mad ashraya asamsayang samagram mam yatagyakshyasitashriyu. Now hear, O son of Prita, Arjuna, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, text 1. The Lord also instructs, Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tatvata chakbadiham punar janma naitimam iti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. O Arjuna, Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 9. Therefore, from the very beginning of one's life, one should practice bhakti yoga, which increases one's attachment for Krishna. If one daily sees the deity in the temple, makes offerings by worshiping the deity, chants the holy name of the personality of Godhead, and preaches about the glorious activities of the Lord as much as possible, he does become attached to Krishna. This attachment is called Ashakti. When one's mind is attached to Krishna, Mai Ashakta Mana, one can fulfill the mission of life in one human birth. If one misses this opportunity, one does not know where he is going, how long he will remain in the cycle of birth and death, and when he will again achieve the human form of life and the chance to return home back to Godhead. The most intelligent person therefore uses every moment of his life to render loving service to the Lord. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Mm. Uh, the subject matter is what we're always hearing every day. There's no change. Srila Prabhupada will always emphasize attachment to Lord Krishna because that is the nature of the soul. Jivira Sarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. We're all eternally servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gopi Bhartu Padakamalyor Dasa 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 Anudasa. Um, the nature of every living entities is to serve the Supreme Lord. Serve, we were talking about that last night. Everything that we do, everything that we offer to Lord Krishna should be with love and devotion. Of course, in the beginning, it may be looking like mechanical, or not just looking. It is mechanical in neophyte stage. Prakrita Bhakta, a materialistic devotee, um, unless one is born in a Vaishnava family, the attraction towards Lord Krishna is right there from the very beginning. But what about for those whose background, whose culture, whose environment is so much contaminated by modes of, especially ignorance and passion? For them, it's very difficult to revive their original Krishna consciousness. So everyone is given opportunity. There's no discrimination. And one who has a little bit of intelligence will take up to the process of the Sankirtan movement, Krishna consciousness movement, or the Hare Krishna movement. Because we're always chanting Hare Krishna. That's why it became, and it's a movement because we're trying to promote also the means and deliverance that we can do it in one lifetime, Prabhupada says. Prabhupada says that, this lifetime, we should try to make it to go back home, back to Godhead, because we're not sure what we're going to happen to us next life after death. For a devotee, there is no death because whatever he is doing now, he'll be doing it again tomorrow or the next day, and even after life. It continues on after this life. Then the service continues on. That's why for a devotee, there is no death. But what if we know that we're going to die soon? Yeah, he was got this benediction, Khatvanga Maharaja. It was given a warning. How long is he going to live? He asked. And he said, and the answer is that only one more moment. There's a one moment. Yeah, that's why I was saying in the beginning, a moment to be considered like 12 years or more. Yugayitam nimishena chakshusha prabhishayitam. Sunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. The gopis, they curse Lord Brahma because their eyes are blinking. And for that blinking moment, just even fraction of a second, they don't want to have in their sight Lord Krishna out of the sight. No, always one. It's like Lord Jagannath is the only deity who never sleeps. That's why in Jagannath Puri they have artik even at midnight or something, like close to midnight. So attachment to Lord Krishna varies in degrees according to the advancement of one's devotional service. Um, but ultimately, it will end up that there's no more separation. But then in this spiritual world, that separation is considered to be more intense than the meeting. Bripalamba, Bripalamba stage. Prabhupada says, because why we're still alive? Because we're not feeling separation from Lord Krishna. Because if we have that intense feeling, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he demonstrates that agony of separated, being separated from Lord Krishna, that separation. That's why Jagannath Puri is very intense place. It's no lesser than Mayapur or Vrindavan. Mm-mm. But then the meeting also happened in Kurukshetra. There's one solar eclipse when Lord Krishna was in the royal order coming from Dwarka. And the Brijabasis also, they came to have this snan from Brahma Sarovar. You've heard of Brahma Sarovar in Kurukshetra? Very big. It's a place of pilgrimage because this place also is a place where Lord Krishna and the Brajabasis, they met again after so many years of separation. Lord Krishna left Vrindavan at the age of 11 years old. Then he went to Mathura. And in Mathura, for the excuse of wrestling match being arranged by the king of the whole Vrindavan area is King Kamsa. The whole Braj, yes, is holding that fort. Everyone is under his jurisdiction. All the forests, 12 forests. So King Kamsa, he's also always thinking of Krishna. 24 hours, whatever he does, he's always thinking of Krishna. But no attachment. His thinking of Krishna is to kill Krishna. So what will be the fate of his life after death? What will be the fate? But some of these demons also they attain moksha. So Khatvanga Maharaj, he preferred to think of the lotus feet, meditate on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Why lotus feet? Why is it that devotees of the Lord, they meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord? In the material world, the lotus flower is the last most beautiful thing. We meditate on the form of the Supreme Lord. We do it starting from his lotus feet. That is the foundation. Like Srimad Bhagavatam also, first canto and second canto, the lotus feet. Then it goes up to the legs and to the abdomen and to the neck. Nine canto is like we're getting close to Lord Krishna. 10 canto is the longest stories of Lord Krishna continuously. Other parts, his incarnations, with the devotees, his eternal associates, pure devotees of the Lord. And the attachment for Krishna should be favorable. This is the what the verse Anyabhilashita Shunya Jnana Karmadi Anabritam Anukulyana Krishnanam Silanam Bhakti Uttama. This is the topmost bhakti. Disregard the sense for mental speculation or fruitive gain, and to serve Krishna in a favorable way. So Maharaj Khatvanga is very intelligent. He knew what to do. And the message is for everyone, even though it happened millions and millions of years ago. The message is eternal, that this should be our aim also in life. Life is short, party harder. Yeah, that's what they say. But we have a saying also, life is short, Sankirtan, party harder. Perform, Prabhupada mentions in the purport, preaching, outreach, sharing Krishna consciousness to others. Ours is only a proposal. Ours is a proposal. Because devotees of the Lord, they want to alleviate the intense desire of the Lord for all of us to go back home, back to Godhead. Krishna is more eager than us, than we do ourselves, to go back home, back to Godhead. And that is our nature. We're fools. Ah. The conditioned souls, they are prone to be under the modes of material nature. And we cannot overcome these modes of material nature unless one surrenders to Krishna. Daivihi isha gunamai mama maya diratyaya mam ivaya prapajante mayamitam tarantite. Yeah, this divine energy of mind, because material world is divine, coming from the supreme divine energy, is very difficult to overcome, because we are subject to be under the modes of material nature. We're in the tatashta shakti. Either we can upgrade ourselves or we can degrade ourselves. We have a choice. So if we are properly guided from bona fide representative of the Supreme Lord, the Spiritual Master, the sadhus, and the sastras, they all say the same. There's no contradictory. Guru, sadhu, and sastra. So again, I'm very grateful you are here, that there is an interest for you to know Krishna. We all are. We are. That's why we are here. One should ultimately dedicate oneself so that at the time of death, then we're ready. We're ready. We've seen in Vrindavan some Vaishnavas on their passage departing this world, and they don't feel any fear, as if they have like content. Or sometimes, people when they die, before they die, they'll be like so scary, so frightened, because the Yamadutas are there, the agents of Lord Yamaraj. But for the devotees, it's the Vishnu Dutas who come. But that's very rare. Sudurlava. Very rarely achieved. Bhakti is very rarely achieved. Love and devotion. We're talking about that last night. Everything that we do would be with love and devotion. Ultimately, it should be. In the beginning, it may not manifest, but in actions, at least we should try to show. Because eventually, love and devotion will manifest, especially when we chant the holy name of the Lord without any offenses. And there are many offenses that one may commit. Is nama aparad, there's seva aparad. That means while worshiping the deities, we should be very careful also not to become familiar. But familiar, may happen. There's a chance. But there's also Vaishnava Parad. And in Vaishnava Parad, the topmost is the spiritual master, Guru Ninda. One may also become familiar with the spiritual master, but one must be extra careful more in serving the Guru compared to serving the deities, the arts of Vigraha form, because the familiarity may creep in more, especially dealing with Vaishnavas. We usually judge. We try to we try to figure out what is the intention of this person, or the looks, or the background. Eventually, if one is sincere in chanting and doing his or her strict sadhana, always associate with the devotees of the Lord, study the Shastra, understand the nature of the Supreme Absolute Truth. That includes his everything, his name, fame, form, qualities, and pastimes. What will be the result? That means one will be always thinking of Krishna and never forget him. In a favorable way, again, in a favorable way. I will stop here now. If there is any comments or questions. Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Krishna. Maharaj, you mentioned about the Seva Aparad.
Seva aparad, yes.
So is it
While
happening-
worshipping the deities.
Is it only for the deities in the temple, or even the home deities that we have? They are also Seva Aparad.
Well, your deities is not Krishna.
It is Krishna.
So,
But here is Aparad.
no one say but. According to the degree, Prabhupada says you see the Lord to the degree that he reciprocates to you. If you see the Lord as a stone, what is his reciprocation then? Huh?
No reciprocation.
Like a stone also. So be careful also. But the standard at home is not the same as what we have here. But again, your deities is your personal deities. You have to take care of them. Yes. Your relationship is being built up by worshiping your own deity at home. But the main deity is Radhakirti or Gopinath. In GTA, you may have many, many temples or offshoots, you may say, from the temple. This is the mothership. Others are satellites. Yours is a satellite also. Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Grihastas, um, it's very difficult to do deity worship. You have to dedicate some time in doing that because no time, no time, no time. This is the common complaint of the Grihastas. We all have the same 24 hours, not more, 1 second